Me again. I thought I'd just tell you a little bit about my experience with being guided. With sight loss, there are, as I've mentioned in previous videos, times when I need more help. There are times when I don't need any help. There are times when I need my cane. There are times when I need someone to help. The first time it happened, it was quite an emotional moment. It was another sort of another first and another point where I had to accept further deterioration in my sight, which of course makes the grey matter spark off about thoughts of the future and how this is just going to get worse and I'm going to need more and more help. So it's quite an emotional kind of thing. A bit of sort of anxiety was born out of it, but you kind of accept it over time. You have to, there's no choice. If you want to continue to be at least a little bit independent, you have to accept your limitations, which is what I did. What are my thoughts on it? My experiences are I have been pushed, I've been pulled, I've been dragged, I've been cajoled, I've even been picked up and lifted and taken to the destination. Fortunately for the person who decided that that was the best way to help, it wasn't very far, but let me suggest that you don't do that. The person that did it I knew, fortunately, and I knew that he had been drinking, so he wasn't thinking straight. If that had been a stranger, that would have been a very, very uncomfortable position to be in. My experience, my suggestion, if you see somebody that you think needs help because you perceive they have some sort of sight loss, introduce yourself, ask them if they need help. Don't just steam in there, getting into their personal space and put your arm around the shoulder or whatever and march them across the road. That, let me tell you, that is the worst thing you can do. It's almost taking away their right to choose. So my experience is I would say, what do I do? I'll grab an elbow. Normally it would be your right elbow because I use my left hand. My right hand would have my cane in it. I would suggest you allow me to set the pace because I've only got short little legs and having to run along to keep up with someone, been there, done that, it's not very comfortable. Give me as much information as you can and let me tell you how much information I need as the walk or the journey or whatever it might be goes on. It's really that simple. Just talk. There's no right or wrong way of doing it. I don't think. Now, I'm sure there's far more professional, informed videos available, and I would urge you to go and seek them out because the more information you have about this sort of thing, the better you will be. But even when you've watched those, don't assume that you know how to help somebody. Just ask them. Everybody, I would imagine, everybody has different preferences. Some people might like being picked up and carried. I mean, I wouldn't mind it. It gives the legs a rest. But then what happens? You know, it's not like you can ring an Uber person that comes and picks you up and takes you somewhere. Well, actually, that's what an Uber is, isn't it? Maybe that's a business opportunity. I have to think about that. So that's what I would say. Sorry, a bit sidetracked there. Talk to the person, introduce yourself to them. When you're introducing yourself to somebody that you think has sight loss or you know has sight loss, tap them on the shoulder, let them know that you're talking to them. Otherwise, they may not pay any attention. If they decline any offers of help, remember that that's completely up to them. It doesn't mean that it doesn't come with any disrespect necessarily, although visually impaired people are notoriously violent. That's not true, by the way. Just treat them as a person. Forget the disability almost, is what I would say, and talk to the person first. Find out then about the disability and how you can help them with it. That's, in a roundabout way, kind of it, I think. I don't know, maybe I should watch this back before I put it up. Anyway, thanks for checking in. If you fancy coming back for more, subscribe to the thing, and then I don't know what happens, but I think you'd find out that there's a new video. Maybe that's your worst nightmare. Who knows? Thank you anyway. I don't know why I did that.